My name is Callum Richardson and I'm a Year 13 Media Studies student at the Billericay School. For my main coursework, I've chosen to create a film trailer along with a movie poster and a film magazine front cover. Over the course of the last year, I've used a variety of technologies to help me complete different tasks that I wouldn't have been able to without. During the research phase, I was able to access numerous different sites through the internet, like YouTube and IMDb. This allowed me to look into different film types that would interest and inspire me, and help me to pick a theme. I could also watch a variety of film trailers, allowing me to identify the common conventions. If I was stuck with something, I could also look up tutorials to help me. Google Images helped a lot, especially for my ancillary tasks, as I could search numerous movie posters and magazine front covers. During the planning stage, I created a film pitch for my peers, in which I explained all of my ideas. I used Microsoft PowerPoint to construct this, as it allowed me to use pictures and videos to give my audience a greater understanding of my vision and understand my ideas better. When I began filming, I selected the Panasonic HDC 600, which was the best quality camera that the school had available at the time, and was also the camera that I'd used a lot before. To create my film magazine front cover and my movie poster, I used Adobe Photoshop CS6. This software allowed me to create whatever image that I wanted to. The only problem was, I'd never used it before, and I had no clue what to do. I went onto YouTube and looked up a heap of tutorials, picking the rest up as I went along, and before I knew it, I understood what I was doing. Photoshop became easy and comfortable to use, and whenever I got stuck, I just looked up another tutorial. So, let's start with the poster. So for this, I began with this image here. This wasn't my first original idea. I came up with a few others beforehand. I made a few drafts, but in the end this is the one I wanted to pick, and I knew I could do something good with it. So I put it into Photoshop. From here, I removed the background from the outside of the car, sorted out all the edges and everything like that. I needed a good image to put in it now though. So I added a picture of the Scottish Highlands. It's just a road I found online. And again, I had to blur in all the edges, make sure it looked like it was actually there. And that was that. I wanted something a little bit more in it though as well. So I put this in. It's an infected person, or a zombie, whatever you want to call him. You know, coming from behind, sort of chasing them, so you can show that they're going to the Scottish Highlands to escape whatever's chasing them, whatever they left behind. Added some background into that too, there you can see. And once all of this was sorted out, it was just a matter of fact of adding text in. So I began to add these bits and pieces in, and here's my sort of catchphrase for the film. And bit by bit, it all began to fit together. And I went through quite a lot of trial and error with this, testing things out. In the end, I just decided to use two different types of colours for the text instead of any more. So you've got the names at the bottom, and obviously the title here, the new film by Callum Richardson, June 14th, 2013. So, zoom in on that bit, let's just show you. There we go. So that was my final poster. Now, for my magazine front cover, it was quite different. So I wanted a close-up picture of one of the main cast's face for this. Whoops. And this is the one I found to be the best. I got this off of location one day, and it came out very clear, luckily, this image. So I thought I could use this. So just like the last picture, put it into Photoshop. Very quickly I changed the face around. This took me quite a while to do. There we go. So I've created a 50-50 look to this. Half of the face infected and half of the face not. So we can see on the infected side I've changed the eye, I've changed the mouth, the blood is still there. I've got all of this dirt on the face, and we also have some rotting of the flesh on the forehead, just like the rest of it. On this side of the face I've smoothed everything out, made it look very untouched and harmless, so you get that real contrast between them both of the two. I sorted out all the edges, obviously cut it out, And then I decided to put a different background in, so I got a cloudy sort of background, and added some red to it too. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but there is some red in there. So from this point on, when all of that was finished, it was just a matter of fact, again, of adding all of the text in and different little bits and pieces that you find on the front of a magazine. So I looked up a lot online for this, used the internet, and I found different bits and pieces. And just like the poster, it will begin to fit together. Just like that. Here we go. So you can see the title at the bottom of the film it's advertising, which is my film obviously. You've got the barcode here. This is advertising 2 posters that can come through with it. I think something's missing from there. I think I left something. Yeah. Obviously the title of the film magazine, which was quite a big thing that I just missed. So you've got the title there, the price, the advertising posters, and all these different little bits that add to the making of it. And that is it for my ancillary tasks. Once I had a fair amount of footage, I uploaded some sneak peeks to YouTube so that I could gain instant audience feedback, something that anyone can do if they want to. That's what YouTube allows you to do. Upload anything at any time. Another site that is good for this is Vimeo, a slightly less hostile environment if you're looking for some good feedback. This worked very well as it gave me an idea of what the audience wanted. They liked the stunning scenery and action, so I was sure to add more of both in later. Having completed all of my filming, I used the editing software Final Cut Express. Final Cut is an extremely versatile piece of equipment, and it's fairly easy to use. It allows you to do many things. I was already familiar with it too, as I used it for my AS coursework. I'd already learnt how to import footage into the sidebar, drag it onto the timeline and edit it, as well as adding music and text. Cross-cutting, match and action, I've done all of these things before, so this year I decided to push the boundaries a bit more. As I have numerous shots with gunfire, I had to add muzzle flashes to the scenes. This is done by finding the muzzle flash pictures from online, removing the background, adding it onto the timeline, minimalising it, setting it to whatever the muzzle is, changing its show time to 1 millisecond and momentarily brightening the screen. It also depends what kind of angle you're filming from to what the muzzle flash is going to look like. I also decided to accompany some of my footage with CGI. This was something that was a little bit more complex than anything I'd ever done before. One example I have is of a slow motion bullet. I searched online for a slow motion bullet in front of a green screen. Once I found the one that I liked best, I studied the movements of it and learnt them well enough so that when I was at my filming location, I could set up my actors in the right place and track the imaginary bullet through the air at exactly the right speed. Once I was done, I added the bullet to my Final Cut footage, slowed everything down, added the muzzle flash and CGI blood, blurred out the backgrounds, added in the sound effects, and everything worked out perfectly. For my music, I decided to have 3 songs. Leave Me Home by Jamie N. Commons, Civilian by Wye-Oak, and the Assassin's Creed 3 main theme by Lorne Balfe. As none of these artists are tied to huge record labels, I could contact them easily, getting their permission to use their music. Having the internet made it quick and easy to contact them, a luxury that I would not have had without the advancement in technology. Part of my coursework has included creating a blog. For this I used the site Tumblr. I've been constantly uploading updates of my work to show what I've been up to and what I've achieved. This creates a constant timeline of my work and takes only a few minutes every time. I've put my trailer on Tumblr too. This shows the technological convergence link from camera to computer to internet. What I've learnt from my use of technology this year is that the amount of it that is available and easy to use is incredible. This must be accompanied with knowledge though, as all technology in the world will not help you if you don't know how to use it. So if you are to untap the potential of technology, you must apply it with knowledge of filmmaking. For example, you can have the best quality camera in the world, aka technology, but if you don't have the right knowledge, you won't be able to use the camera or set it up properly, whether that's with a large lens, tripod, or adjusting the manual focus. You won't be able to get the right shots, therefore pretty much destroying the quality of your film. Technology must go with the knowledge of filmmaking for a successful film to be produced.